Jasmine Crockett, one of the faces of the Democrat Party, is under some heat for claims that Dr. Lee Zeldin got donations from Jeffrey Epstein. But wait, it was the wrong Jeffrey Epstein. Take a listen.
Folks who also took money from somebody named Jeffrey Epstein, as I had my team dig in very quickly: Mitt Romney, the NRCC, Lee Zeldin, George Bush, Win Red, McCain Palin, Rick Lazio. I just want to be clear. If this is the standard that we're going to make, just know we're going to expose it all.
You see those women sitting behind Jasmine Crockett that gave them that misleading information? They gonna catch hell from Jasmine Crockett when they get behind closed doors. I can promise you that. But Dr. Lee Zeldin responds to Jasmine Crockett claiming he got donations from Jeffrey Epstein. Listen to this.
Crockett has a problem with specificity. She was intentionally talking about people named Jeffrey Epstein, but in Zeldin's case, it was not the Jeffrey Epstein. Zeldin himself firing back on social media, quote, "Yes, Crockett, a physician named Dr. Jeffrey Epstein, who was a totally different person than the other Jeffrey Epstein, donated to a prior campaign of mine. No freaking relation, you genius."
Instead of admit she was wrong about Lee Zeldin and Jeffrey Epstein, Jasmine Crockett doubled down. Take a listen.
I never said that it was that Jeffrey Epstein, just so that people understand when you make a donation, your picture is not there. And because they decided to spring this on us in real time, I wanted the Republicans to think about what could potentially happen, because I knew that they didn't even try to go through the FEC. So my team, what they did is they Googled, and that is specifically why I said a Jeffrey Epstein. Now, have I dug in to find out who this doctor is? I have not. So I will trust and take what he says is that it wasn't that Jeffrey Epstein, but I was not attempting to mislead anybody. I literally had maybe 20 minutes before I had to do that debate.
Yeah, but people like to that say, well, you're trying to make it sound like he took money from
I did not know.
registered sex offender.
No, but I literally did not know. When you search FEC files, and that's what I had my team to do, I texted and I said, listen, we're going up. They are saying that she took donations.
Right, but someone might say, well, your team should have done the homework to make sure it wasn't the convicted sex offender.
Within 20 minutes, you could not find that out, not from just doing a quick search on FEC. So, number one, I made sure that I was clear that it was a Jeffrey Epstein, but I never said that it was specifically that Jeffrey Epstein.
So basically, one of the faces of the Democrat Party stood before Congress and claimed that Dr. Zeldin took donations from quote unquote Jeffrey Epstein's. From a Google? You Googled it? And her team, again, they're gonna build a lot of heat. Because if Jasmine Crockett is taking some heat, you can believe they taking some heat. But it gets worse. Take a listen to this.
Epstein is emailing Maxwell saying that Trump was with a victim at his house for several hours. This is an email from April 2nd, 2011. Republicans were saying that that victim is Virginia Giuffre. As you know, she died by suicide. She was a very outspoken victim of Jeffrey Epstein. Here's the email right here on your screen. She wrote a book, as you know, and she did not accuse him of any wrongdoing. What do you make about it? Can you confirm that?
Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, it's redacted who the victim is, so I won't necessarily take the Republicans' word on who it is that's redacted. And I don't know why they would necessarily redact someone's name who is deceased at this point.
The Democrats did that, though. The Democrats were redacted.
No, I understand.
Jasmine says she understands, but she thought it was the Republicans that redacted that file. But come to find out, it was the Democrats. But it gets worse. She talks about MAGA women. Listen to this.
I'm not mad at air traffic controllers. I'm not mad at any federal workers except for the ones that have continued to get paid, which means it's like me and my coworkers. You know a MAGA woman when you see one. They all have a look, right? But they lips be able to. Anyway, that's a whole other issue.
Jamie, tell me what you think about Jasmine Crockett mocking MAGA women.
You know, Jamie, as I hear that, I don't know that a phenomenal messenger is attacking other women for their looks.
It's crazy. And, you know, Jasmine Crockett, I think, is really unbecoming of her position in Congress. She's very ill-mannered.
mean, she allegedly is abusive towards her staff. We saw her lying on CNN. And, you know, I think it's funny that Democrats want to put her up as the face of the party. And as a Republican, I'm like, all power to you. Please make Jasmine Crockett the face of the Democratic Party. And look, I think she's trying to do a run down in Texas for John Cornyn's seat, but good luck to that. President Trump won that state by 14 points. And I think she's following in a certain path similar to a Beto O'Rourke or a Cori Bush, where, you know, the media astroturfs these like very loud leftist types, but I think she's going to fade into obscurity just like they did.
You heard what Jamie said about her abusive to her staff. Oh, it's going to get really bad. Because basically, her staff threw her under the bus. They probably knew it was the wrong Jeffrey Epstein. Because she's so hard to get along with, they set her up to get embarrassed. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't put anything past them at this point. But let me know what you think. Do you feel like Jasmine Crockett should have did more research before linking somebody to a dead, low-life pedophile like Jeffrey Epstein? Drop a comment. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow God, not culture.